Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you the ultimate guide on how to play Spider-Man in Marvel Rivals. Now, Spider-Man's got a few different combos that he can do, which makes him quite complex because he's very squishy, he doesn't have any self-sustain or defense abilities, and he can be taken out very quickly. So the way to play Spider-Man is obviously to dive their back line, going for healers. You have incredible mobility because not only do you have a double jump, you also have web swings, and you can climb on walls, giving you numerous ways to engage the enemy. So you can run on walls, jump off it, swing around, and then get in and fight. Now, we always want to have a web tracer on the enemy whenever we hit them because otherwise we're not going to deal that much damage. It really does boost the amount of damage that we do. Our attacks only do 25 damage each. As you can see, not a whole lot, but if we hit them with a web tracer and then punch them, the damage goes way up there. It's not going to be reliable to go in and just weave both of those together. The real trick to playing Spider-Man is to first hit someone from range with a spider tracer here, which is going to leave a little mark above them, and that allows you to track them through walls. But once you hit them with that, then you can press your E ability to follow up and get in real close to them. So what you want to do, there's a few combos which I'll show you guys here. So that's literally the combo there. You're going to start with a web tracer, you're going to pull yourself into it, you're going to do the uppercut, and then you're going to follow it up with a punch or two. But there's some other combos here. I'll just take this target out because he's got a bit of health gone. As you can see, punching is not the way to play Spider-Man. These are low health enemies doing 250 health. The other way to go about this is to follow up with that, hit him there, do a punch, and then uppercut, and then punch them again. So weaving a couple punches in, it does slow things down a little bit, but it's going to be more reliable to get your hits off. Another cool thing about Spider-Man is whenever you do your uppercut attack, you can actually hit them without even facing the targets there. So you hit in a large radius around you, which is very forgiving because Spider-Man is very quick to play. You want to get in, go about doing your business, and then get out. That's really the thing with Spider-Man because his web swings regenerate after 6 seconds, so you can web swing in and out. You want to turn off the easy swing though. It may feel difficult at first because sometimes it's just nice to be able to swing and not have to think about it. But trust me guys, you're going to want to turn this off because then you can use a web dash to be able to sneak behind people a lot quicker. And then that's just going to increase your overall damage. You also have this attack if you do a double jump where you do a overhead slam attack. It is a little bit difficult to land, so just be mindful of that. You do have to get a little bit closer than you'd think to be able to land it. But his attacks have roughly a 3-meter radius that they'll hit from. So you can see here, can't hit, now we can hit. His kicks will actually have a 4-meter radius, so that further increases the amount of damage that you're able to do. But typically you don't want to punch without having a spider tracer on the enemy, as otherwise your damage output is going to be pretty garbage. So yeah, you want to get that on in and on the enemy as much as possible. If you use your grapple attack here, it actually doesn't remove it, and then you can follow it over with that uppercut. You can also, another combo I guess I should mention, we'll do it on this full health enemy, is you're going to start off with this web tracer, you're going to pull yourself to the enemy, you're going to do your uppercut, you're going to hit them again with a web tracer, and then punch them. That is easier said than done. It does require a lot of practice because typically people have been playing this quite a bit and are getting pretty good at avoiding Spider-Man. So you want to be as effective and as quick as possible with this. So going in, grappling, going ahead, punching, and then following up with another web tracer and punching is going to be the best way to do it. If you run over your web tracers, you pretty much just want to jet out because you're going to be hard to take out anybody. And also, as Spider-Man, you got to know where all the healing packs are because my experience, most people suck at healing Spider-Man unless they're really good or cloak and dagger, so you're not going to get healed often. That's what's nice, is Spider-Man's got great mobility to be able to run to healing packs. Now his ultimate, the spectacular spin, will slow enemies down and deal a ton of damage. As you can see there, it wipes out enemies really quickly. It attacks every 0.08 of a second, doing 12 damage and slowing them down 3%. And then after time, it'll actually make them immobile. So that's a really good ultimate. Typically with his ultimate, you're going to have you'll get a lot of knockouts with it. The trick is to then dive into their back line with it and then just drop the ultimate on them. It's going to take out most healers if they're not prepared for it. So that's a nice thing with that. But overall, with Spider-Man, you want to be focusing on just being hard to hit. That's part of the value. He's similar to Captain America and Venom in the effect that they are very difficult to hit. So take advantage of that. Now he does have a team up with Venom here, which is extremely useful because now your combo, which normally only does 250 health, can now take out targets like Luna Snow. So if we were to go after someone like Luna Snow, our combo would look like this. Starting off with a web tracer, pulling yourself in, doing your attack there, and then going with your symbiote attack. It does have a 30-second cooldown, so only use it sparingly, but it does make you do quite a bit of damage, so it does help out with that overall combat. So yeah, moving around, being mobile and hard to hit is really a key function of playing a good Spider-Man, because otherwise you'll get taken out quickly without any defensive or healing self-sustain abilities. So use your double jump often. This makes you a little bit more challenging to hit because most people suck at looking up and above, and especially better if you can get a few overhead smashes like that off, because the damage you can do with them is great. But as I mentioned, you do have to aim straight down with them to be able to actually hit people with it. So you got your uppercut regenerating pretty quickly with Spider-Man, which is nice because then you can literally follow it up with an attack like that. So another thing with Spider-Man is, let's say you're over here and you're able to web swing into a position that's really useful to use your pull on. You can actually pull people without your web tracers, and you can pull them off the edge. You've probably seen this happen or had it happen to you. It's a really effective way to be able to just remove an enemy from combat without having to focus too much on them, because it's just pretty much an insta kill. There's a few maps that work great on this. The Hydra map is one of them. Another thing with Spider-Man is you can see his Spidey sense going there. Anytime there's an enemy that's not on your screen within 8 meters of you, he gets his Spidey sense. You can turn around and then just give them the work. So I'll show off what Spider-Man ends up looking like in combat here now, so you can get an idea how to play. Positioning is huge as Spider-Man, so flanking is always going to be a good idea here. You can see there's a Winter Soldier that got a little bit too greedy, and I went in and comboed on him. So swinging around to the back line is typically going to be your best idea here, as this is where people are going to be less likely to pay attention to you, as they're going to be focusing on shooting at people in the actual combat. So you can jump in there, get yourself some knockouts, and then go dive to a health pack. Now here's a nice quad that I got. So took out this Mr. Fantastic that was going at our team, went to the back line and dropped my ultimates, taking out this Luna, Hela, and Invisible Woman. So that was nice, and then going around just kind of tricking out the mobility, and then I saw this Moon Knight here by himself, so then went for him as well, getting the quad off. So that was a nice way to take out 5 of the enemy's teammates there. Going up and beyond to go around them here, as you can see. This is a really good map, the last one there, because you can just go high and literally be unnoticeable to the enemy here. So this is another good map because this is the map where you can pull people off of the ledge there if you're over on the side. So that's actually nice because people will typically look for Spider-Man up high in the sky, and you can just literally go ahead and pulling them in. So anytime you see any ultimates, you got the best mobility, so you can go around and take out people that are not being healed by any of the ultimates that are going off. So this is nice for just eliminating the extra targets so that it becomes a more fair fight. But yeah, as Spider-Man, you typically want to be diving around quite a bit, as your mobility is your biggest asset here. Now, this is the nice thing, is those webs will let you see targets through the walls. Unfortunately, I could not get close enough to be able to take out this Luna Cell, which was frustrating to me, so use your mobility more. That is a big tip. Now, onto this map here. Sometimes you get some easy, lucky knockouts just by swinging a web at someone, but here I was went after a tank and was able to take them out as they were focused on fighting the enemy. Penny Parker seems to be a pretty easy target for Spider-Man. I would not recommend going for tanks often, but sometimes you can solo them, like you can see here. Like, this is just me versus Penny, and it went pretty well. Scarlet Witch kind of got the assist there, but just continually bouncing around, being hard to hit and attacking them, you can get some knockouts in pretty easily. So again, your upcut is really useful because you don't even have to be aimed at the person to be able to hit them with it, so it can be great for taking out enemies. We can see here I went for a Rocket because he's a really slippery, hard guy to hit, and dropped my ultimate on him just to slow him down, take him out. Here I'm harassing a Punisher that wasted his ultimate because he was trying to hit me so hard, and then harassing another Punisher here. What was really fun, because Punisher is a tough character, because if he has his shotgun out, Spider-Man's going to get wasted really quickly. But if he's got his rifle out, you can sometimes get some really easy knockouts against the Punisher, especially if he's got his turret up, because sometimes people won't be able to take care of it. Now, diving into the backline here to drop your ultimate is typically one of the best ideas, because that's the way to be able to get a lot of easy knockouts. So always be moving around. That's the thing with Spider-Man. If you stay stationary for too long, people know Spider-Man's an easy target with no sustain or heals, so they'll go right for you. So that's the thing. And here's Punisher almost took me with a shotgun there. But dropping your ultimate in the back line, that's a really big thing about Spider-Man. If these videos helpful, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.